impressions of Lorenzo Styles Jr., what he's going to be for you guys, and how quickly he'll be in the mix as a quarterback?
We just got to see how it goes, but so far I've been impressed with it. You know what I mean? He's a mature guy that works hard, has a good brain on his shoulders. You know, good size, good speed. You know, obviously has the genes. You know, man, loves to play football. So, you know, we just look forward to seeing him and get a chance to work with him. I haven't got a chance to work with him yet, but I'm looking forward to it, man, and look for big things from him.
Unlike other guys that you look at in the portal where you have a lot of film to go off of at that position, obviously you don't have that for him. What did you guys look at, or who did you talk to get to think that this was the right move for you guys?
Well, you know, obviously he played it in high school. You know what I mean? So he played both ways in high school. So he has the skill set for it. And then, you know, just been around. You know enough, you know, of being around the game a little to see guys that can make the transition. He has the mentality. He has the attitude for it. You know what I mean? So, and he has the physical makeup.
From talking to the people at Notre Dame, or from talking to Lorenzo, how was his position switch going in spring ball there?
It's going pretty good so far. You know what I mean? Like I said, we haven't had a chance to do a lot on the field because he didn't, you know, go through spring. But everything's been good. The adjustment has been good. He's fitting in well with the players. Obviously, with Sonny being here, the relationship and the chemistry with the other guys have mended well so far. So just looking forward to that keep progressing.
What is the learning curve for somebody who hasn't played that position in a couple of years to make a transition?
It'll take a little time, but you know, like I said, yeah, he has a good football IQ. He played it in high school, so it's not like he's never played the position before. He's done that, you know what I mean? So and so he played both ways in high school, and like I said, he has a guy that has a pretty good football IQ, so I don't see it being a hard transition.
What's the next step for Davis now this spring?
Now just really working on technique. Now mastering the technique and then learning the details of the defense. He was able to get the few days of spring, get the general concept of it. So now mastering the techniques and now having an overall knowledge of the scheme and knowing how to apply it and when to apply it.
It seems like exiting spring, Denzel had a lot of momentum, a lot of buzz. Do you think he's like locked in there as your number one corner, or are you keeping that kind of open and making sure those guys are competing for that spot every day?
Everything is always open, man. You know what I mean? You have to. Like I said, it's a competitive deal. He had a great spring. He did a great job, man. He's locked in. He's our leader over there. You know, so I don't see much happening with that. But you know, we keep that as you know, guys got to go compete. You know, and that's what we try to do and keep guys hungry for it, so we can make sure we're playing the best guys.
Are you seeing the same growth out of Jordan once he got back to 100% last year?
Oh yeah, he also had a really good spring. You know what I mean? He's another guy that's smart, very mature, understands the game. You know, really knows how to understand routes. Like I said, he had a really good spring, and like I said, he's working hard so far this summer. So like I said, looking forward for him to continue on the streak that he's on.
How different is Denzel this offseason compared to where he was at last year? Is it just a matter of being healthy? Is he more confident? Is he more, you know, dedicated to his craft?
I just think it's a combination of everything. You know, he got hurt a little bit last year, so now you know he's healthy all spring. He's a second year in the system. He's locked in. He's dialed in with it. You know, he's one of the leaders over there in the room. So it's a combination of everything. You know, the maturation process, being healthy, second year in the system. The leadership part of it, you know, he's dialed in. So we're really pleased the way he's been handling himself, the way he performed this spring, and looking forward to continue that throughout the summer.
Where have you seen Jair take the biggest step forward since he got here? He's one of the guys that you've got to work with since he first got here. Where have you seen him grow?
He's got bigger. He's got stronger. You know what I mean? He's on the field, play is stronger. You can say he's picked up more muscle. Again, these guys you should see the progression because of the second year in the system. You know what I mean? Those guys have now, they had a season, they had an off season, they had a spring under their belt. Now, you know, this is not new to them anymore. It's got stronger. The body's starting to develop. Understand the game more. Understand the nuances, splits, formations, and all those things. So, you know, now we just have to keep developing it, keep carrying on, keep putting it in the right direction. But they're all taking the right strides and steps in to get where we want to go with that.
Seems like
strong, he can run, he's physical, 195 pounds, you know what I mean? So you're talking about a guy that has good size, he's played the game, he's mature, you know, so he has the knowledge, Now he just has to go get the experience back on that side of the ball, get the technique, and take time to go back through the transition of drill work and understanding the different movement skills that's come with that instead of receiver.
Sam, a guy like Lorenzo is playing wide receiver. Does he feel like that helps him have that just natural ball skill? Ability to kind of get the ball in that sense?
Well, it helps them understand route progressions. You know what I mean? Playing that position, it helps you dissect stems, how to finish at the top of the route, the formation on what route teams like to run, because he played the position a little bit, so that all helps. And like I said, he played it before, so he has understanding. He's not just totally foreign to the position. Like I said, he did play it in high school, so it'll be some carryover. Now you just got to get back into the different movement skills.
What have you seen? What's the competition been like when you look at Jordan Hancock and Davis, and how have they been throughout the spring and even now?
Yeah, we compete, man. That's why we keep it open like that, man. Guys compete, work. They both did a good job of competing. Other guys did. Jair did a good job of competing. All those guys have productive springs. And we just got to keep it going throughout the summer. It's about stacking those daily chips. We did it this spring. Can we keep it going throughout the summer? Got to get it going through training camp. And it has to progress over into the season. And I think that's the thing about getting top guys in here, man. You guys continue to work, compete, earn it. Every day you have to bring your A game because the other guys are trying to get it as well.
I felt like there were times in the spring when we were in there that Jair would get some work in the nickel, maybe Ryan a couple times too. I was trying to remember how difficult or not difficult is that transition to play that corner and be able to slide to nickel.
It's different. It's different in there. This is a different skill set that you have to have because of the quick area close to the ball. Guys changing direction is really important, but we need to have that. We need to create the multiplicity of guys. You have to be able to do multiple things. So he fit the skill set of doing that. So it's different, but he did a good job of it.
Does that make it more challenging when you're trying to develop? Still, someone like Jair is pretty early in his career. You probably want to get as many corner reps as possible out of it.
Yeah, but like you said, you have to be able to have position flexibility with that. There's other guys doing the same thing. Ryan did it. Other dudes have to go through it. You just have to be able to move around a little bit to try to match body types and things like that. And he has good short area quickness. And that's what you see a lot in the slot. So got a chance to put him there and work with it, and he did a good job of handling both.
Lorenzo's recruitment like when he went to the portal? Was it something you guys reached out to him and thought you just didn't need a corner? Was it just a fit?
It's a fit. How it is. You always just, it's kind of combinations. And, obviously he had a tie here, no relationship, they recruited him out of high school, so they knew about him when he came out. Like I said, he played both ways. He played defensive back when he came out, so there was a familiarity with him when he came out. So, we just kind of went through that process on a visit and ended up being a fit for us.
How much does that speed things along when you kind of people recruited him before and have some familiarity? I know you didn't grow up,
Yeah, but obviously it's easy, because I played with his dad. So me and Lorenzo, played together. So I've been knowing him, Lorenzo for a long time. So all that process of knowing each other, know the background of the family, know the work ethic, know the discipline, all those things help in that process.
Is that having those relationships with the family that close, does that make these things easier? Can it sometimes make it harder depending on how things go and what the expectations are there for how much guys are playing or how much?
No, it just gives you a familiarity of you know what you're getting for us, the work ethic, and, the toughness, the competitiveness, things like that. Lorenzo was a heck of a player, when he played, and that understanding the game, what it takes to play, the sacrifice and the commitment that's needed for that, it just helps with that part of it. Obviously, they're different guys. They're, one is a dad, one's son, so there'll be a different down. They play different positions. So it just gives you a little bit of the makeup of knowing a little bit about the structure and the foundation.
As you've gotten to know Sonny, do you see some of his dad in him in terms of mentality or?
Yeah. Sonny is a hard worker, tough kid. Physical specimen, man. Like I said, he's a guy that takes coaching real well, applies the information that's given. Obviously, is a great character, good work ethic, and really loves the game, has a passion to play the game, and is a good learner. So, you apply all those things together, and hopefully, you put it all together, you have a big year for us.
Everybody on the outside looks at it and says, well, obviously they have to find a way to get Sonny Styles a big role this fall. Do you guys look at it that way? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you guys like trying to?
But we just go through, man. We just go through and we try to put the best players in the best fit for us as a defense. That's what we try to do. Obviously he's a good football player for us, so obviously he'll be playing. So we look forward to just trying to put him in the right spot.
Tim, how much have you heard from both Sonny and Lorenzo? How excited they are to play with each other again on the same field for the first time since high school?
Oh yeah, they're excited about it, man. Like I said, Lorenzo has made a great transition here so far this summer, and when you get a chance to play with your brother, man, that's a good feeling. They're both competitive. They're both from here in the area, man, so it's home for them. So anytime you get a chance to be in the same secondary with brother, that's a special moment, a special deal. So they're embracing that wholeheartedly.
Some of the things you get to do with them this time, you get to be in the meetings and stuff?
Now, we don't get to do much now. They're just kind of lifting and running. That's what I say. A lot will be determined once we get back in the summer camp. Right now, they're just doing more lifting and running and things like that on their own. Coach May.
Coach, what were the biggest things with Jordan and Davison, kind of that battle there, that you took away from the spring that you kind of told those guys what you need to see from them in the preseason to maybe separate, or just biggest constructive criticism, I guess?
Well, just keep competing, man. Obviously, it's about who becomes reliable, trustworthy, making plays, not giving up plays. There's a lot of those things that go in, and that happens over a period of time. That's not one day. That's going to go over the course of, training camp. That's going to go over the course of, the first part of the season. That's an ongoing process with guys, So like I said, success is never owned, it's rented, man. Rent through every day. So every day you have to come with your A game, you have to put the work in. And we have a good group of guys that's competing, so everybody has to be on point and continue to progress, not make the same mistakes, make sure you're producing at a high level. That's the expectation. And then we'll just keep evaluating as the time goes on.
What do you feel like are the biggest differences in those guys' skill sets?
Well, they both have, similar ways. Obviously, Davison is very long. Jordan, he's really good up top with his eyes, man, and the brain. He sees the game really well, man. He's very instinctual. He can feel. He has a great feel for the game. He has real good ball skills. He has a high IQ. So his anticipation factor, his instincts are very good. Davison is long. He can get hands on him. He's very competitive. So you have different things, so we just try to make sure we put them in the right spot so we get to maximize everyone's skill set.
Tim, you mentioned Davison's lane. How much does that help at the line of scrimmage, even more so? Like, obviously it helps with the ball in the air, but at the line of scrimmage physically.
It helps a lot, man. He get hands on guys. So, now, him being right at 6'2", you start seeing the 6'3", 6'2.5" size receivers, he can match that, because of that length, his competitiveness. That helps a lot, get hands on guys at the line of scrimmage. So it's really going to be an advantage for tall receivers. It also helps at the top of the route as well. That